2 videos in a row that have to do with the coronavirus? Ryan, have you gone mad? Or have you finally decided to talk about topical issues? Yes. So, anywho, Scoob. This movie has gone through a bit of an interesting history now, haven't it? It was supposed to be released in 2018, then it got delayed to 2020. Around May of 2020, actually. Now, to be honest, I was really looking forward to seeing this movie in May on the big screen, but then a while back, Warner Brothers announced that 3 of their movies would be delayed. Wonder Woman 1984, In the Heights, and Scoob. Now, Wonder Woman, we got a new release date as soon as they announced it. I believe it was August 4th or 9th, one of the two. And, In the Heights, we still don't have a new release date. And at the time, Scoob didn't have a new release date either. Sure, we're gonna have to wait a little while for Scoob, but hey, at least we still can see the film on the big screen. That's not the case anymore! So, Warner Brothers decided that it would be a great idea to do a Trolls 2 and make the film video on demand exclusive. I have several opinions about this. The main thing, well, number one, this would have been the first ever theatrically released Scooby-Doo animated movie. Now, it would just be like the 60 million other Scooby-Doo movies released before it. Either released straight to video or straight to DVD. Now, it wouldn't stoop that low. It's video on demand, but my God, that's disappointing. And number 2, this was meant to be the start of a cinematic universe. I mean, not only that, the start of the first ever animated cinematic universe. I mean, imagine if Iron Man went straight to video on demand. Or imagine if Man of Steel was video on demand. Or The Mummy from 2017. I mean, granted, that film was a flop either way, but still. I mean, sure. Putting Trolls World Tour on video on demand probably was so much better for Universal's part, because, well, they can't leave their home, and there's this cute little sequel to Trolls, and Universal was probably like, and the parents are probably like, kid distractor, it'll distract them for a couple hours, put them on there, I'm sick of these kids, I'm sick of my kids. And besides, with all the movies that would originally be released around the same time, Trolls probably wouldn't do well in theaters, so I think Universal pushing it to video on demand was a smart move. Warner Brothers doing it with Scoob, on the other hand, not so much. Because this movie, look, I feel like this movie would have done really well in theaters. Like it was supposed to be a summer blockbuster and everything. But nope. And we're just gonna sit at home watching Scooby-Doo, which I can do that every Saturday morning if I could, or every morning at 7 a.m. if I could. turn on Boomerang. I have a feeling that little kid Ryan is probably really disappointed that he would not ever get the wouldn't get the chance to see Scooby and the gang on the big screen. Yeah, the little kid in me is crushed. It'd be like if Sponge on the Run went to video on demand, or Sponge on Water went video on demand, or the Peanuts movie went video on demand. Like Peanuts, Scooby-Doo, SpongeBob. I watched those properties a lot when I was a little kid, and yeah, it's just seeing these characters that you grew up with on the big screen. That's an amazing experience. Now, I won't, probably not anytime soon, I won't get to experience that with Scooby and the gang. And especially, this was meant to start a cinematic universe. Warner Brothers. Like, would you have done that to Godzilla? Would you have done that for Man of Steel? I mean, granted, you probably didn't even have the ideas to turn these into cinematic universes at that point. But in that case, would you have done that to Batman v Superman? Would you have done that to Kong Skull Island? Just, come on, Warner Brothers. I feel like it would have been a lot safer to delay it to either my best guess is actually should have either delayed it to September, because there don't seem to be a lot of release dates now in September, aside from Sony's Connected, which I doubt would do well in theaters anyway, or they could have delayed it to May of 2021. Sure, I'd have to wait an whole other year, but I'm looking forward to Jungle Cruise, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Morbius, and those have all been delayed to 2021. Oh, and Eternals too. That was delayed to 2021 as well. But so, I would have much rather preferred to wait a little bit longer for the film to have the chance to be on the big screen, rather than just sit and watch another Scooby-Doo movie at home. They poured a lot into this movie, and there's a lot of characters that are building up to be the start of a cinematic universe, which is very weird to me that they're putting so much into their first movie, but still. It will be a bit... It's so disappointing that the first installment of that Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe isn't even gonna be released in theaters. I'll still watch the movie though, but I'll never get the chance to see this in theaters. Unless Warner Brothers does actually do a re-release soon, so this film will finally get the chance to hit theaters. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Universal does it with Trolls World Tour. So anyway, guys, what do you guys think of the whole Scoob going to video on demand thing? Let me know down in the comments below, and... Review Raider, right?